So last time, oh yes, we had eye sockets being removed. We had childhood trauma. We had a hook. So in the current timeline that we're in, both of Mizuki's, well, I guess, how do we classify this? It would be both of her parents, right? Is Renju actually her father? I forget. I get confused because Date was like the adoptive parent. So, yeah, I think that's correct. Renju was like an abusive father to her.
Renju had his left eyeball removed.
Ouch.
Right. Shoko too.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer.
Or maybe it's you, Pewter.
You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others. I'm kidding. Only a joke.
I'm too tired for your jokes right now, Pewter.
Actually, you lost your eye 6 years ago, correct?
Yes, but I don't remember anything from back then. I lost my eye and my memories.
I was transplanted into your empty eye socket a year later. We have been together for more than 5 years.
Two murders, one right after the other. How could I not be?
You know, there's another video game character that Pewter reminds me of, but if I say it, it will spoil the game. So, I'll keep it to myself.
Am I not allowed to be here?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I was here first. I was just talking to the boss about Renju's murder.
You were the first on the scene, so you know this better than anyone, but Renju was murdered. No way this was a suicide. And the fact that his left eye was removed tells me that this was the same killer as Shoko.
The serial killer.
The new Cyclops Killer.
What?
That's the nickname that's been spreading around headquarters.
The new Cyclops Killer?
New.
Yes, several years ago.
Pewter.
There is no point in hiding it from him. He would find out on his own eventually. It's all over the news. These murders have gone viral, so to speak. The killings from 6 years ago have continued. The Cyclops Killer is back.
So I wonder if I was an attempted victim. Like, I'm still alive because I escaped my death or something. Like, my eye was removed.
6 years ago. Is that what you were talking about, boss?
Fine. I suppose you deserve to know. We have a name for it down at HQ. The original Cyclops serial killings, to distinguish it from this new one. It was 6 years ago in October. 4 bodies were found in the mountains of Akikawa Valley.
4 bodies. They don't look like anybody that I know. I wonder if I know any of these 4 people yet.
But the decomposition of the corpses were all at different stages. They were each killed sometime during May to September of that year.
But they did have 2 things in common. They were all young women, and
Each corpse was missing their right eyeball, pulled out posthumously.
a few days after the corpses were discovered, the killer sent a statement to the press. I killed them, and they are now my dear companions. Something like that.
He signed the statement under the name Cyclops, hence the name the Cyclops Killer.
The Cyclops is a mythological race of one-eyed giants. According to Greek myth, they are the children of Uranus, god of the sky, and Gaia, goddess of earth. Cyclops were known for their outstanding strength and smithing ability.
So the letter to the press wasn't a fake? It was the real killer?
Yes, it had to be.
A picture of one of the victims right after she was killed was sent along with the letter.
No, in 6 years we never got a single trace.
So maybe Cyclops is responsible for these murders as well.
No, that's impossible.
Why?
For one, the original Cyclops Killer only killed women. Renju doesn't fit that profile. Second, all of the victims had their right eyes removed, but Shoko and Renju...
We're missing their left eye.
The timing of the eye removal is also inconsistent. The original Cyclops Killer removed the eyes after the victims were killed. But Shoko and Renju were both still alive.
But even so, you can't say for sure this isn't our guy. Maybe they're just doing things a little differently now. Or do you have another reason?
I'm sorry, Date, I can't say anymore.
Bullshit, you can't.
It's a national secret.
How can it be a national secret?
Date, please, forget about it.
If it's a national secret, then I'm calling Nicolas Cage.
I told you already, you don't need to know anything about that case to investigate this one. The criminal for this case and the case 6 years ago are not the same.
Iba, bring up all investigation records of the original Cyclops serial killings.
I already had a look through the database while you were talking. Unfortunately, I found no relevant information. I also did not discover anything of note on the internet. Only amateur theories, all lacking credibility and evidence.
Damn it.
She's sleeping at the hospital. They're going to give her counseling after she wakes up.
I see.
Her mother and her father. I hope she'll be okay. That's all we have for now.
All right.
Special Agent Date, we need you to continue your work.
Right. I think I'll head back to where Renju was found. Sunfish Pocket.
Date, you're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep before you continue your investigation?
I'm fine. Let's go, Iba.
Understood.
Understood. I don't like that it lets me skip some dialogue like that. There was still more to... She had like one more line that I missed.
Date, the vehicle is accelerating 2% slower than usual. Did you put anything in the trunk?
No?
What about the back seat?
Back seat. Mizuki!
Hey, watch out! Eyes forward, stupid!
Eyes forward, stupid.
I ditched the hospital. They're probably freaking out over there right now.
I'm taking you back.
No, don't! Nothing will change if I stay at the hospital all day. You're going to investigate, right? Take me with you. I can help.
How is a little runt like you gonna be any help?
I'm Renju's daughter. Maybe I'll notice something you don't. Something only his daughter would know.
This theme is your morning alarm? Nice. It is a pretty comfy song.
I don't know.
My daddy was killed. I can't just stay at the hospital.
Fine. Don't say I never did anything for you.
You're going to take me along?
Just promise not to interfere with the investigation.
Got it. Well, I can still talk this time. Maybe I'm just getting used to it.
Mizuki's psychological wounds have been healed by the sink.
If you have nothing to talk about, you don't have to say anything.
Fair enough.
You're an adult, shouldn't you know that already? If you start talking about the weather, it means you have nothing to say.
Damn, what a brat.
No, it's more like I don't like sitting still and moping all day. I've grown out of my brooding, pretentious teenager phase.
Odd thing for a preteen to say.
Are you not aware of Mizuki's mental prowess? She is far more developed than her classmates. She is even reading psychology papers by Alfred Adler.
Sounds pretentious to me. Hey, about Renju, do you have anything to tell me? Anything at all that might help?
Well, it's not about Daddy, but I heard from Daddy that Mom had a secret.
Shoko had a secret?
It wasn't locked, I just opened the door. I've been here for like 10 minutes. Why don't your doors have auto-lock? I know you like old cars, but you gotta lock the doors.
You should be a little more apologetic for someone who just got caught breaking into my car.
Mizuki does raise a valid point. If you are not more serious about security, you should consider replacing the car altogether.
You too?
You were talking to yourself again. I heard you. It's creepy. You should cut that out.
Mizuki is still unaware I exist?
Yeah, I know there's no reason to hide it, since she already knows about it, but it's just hard to explain. I won't say anything yet.
Understood. But I am ready to be introduced at any time. Just let me know when the time is right.
It's not a proposal. No need to be so formal. Shit, I said that out loud.
Date, I think you should go to the hospital. Did you know that Mom was the representative of an investment company?
Yeah, I did.
That whole company was a big scam.
Uh-oh.
Scam?
Well, I don't know the details. They start up a company to get people to invest in it, then shut it down on purpose and keep the money. She got really rich like that.
Shoko did this?
Yep.
By herself?
No, dummy. Of course it was with other people. I saw gangsters there sometimes. If she ever got into trouble, she had them take care of it.
I am scanning all known crime databases, but I cannot find any reports referencing this.
Yeah, Mizuki, she's definitely very blunt. Agreed.
They must have been extraordinarily careful.
I'm not okay.
So, you want to go back to the hospital? I'd be more than happy to drop you off.
That's not what I meant. Why are you always so pushy, Date?
I'm not pushy, I'm just worried.
You've got a weird way of showing it. Doesn't look like you're worried. You're just weird.
You've always got something smart to say, huh? You're just like Renju.
Date,
What about Daddy?
Whoops.
Nothing.
You have no tact, do you? This is why you're single and always will be.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. I look like a single father when you're around. Chicks love it.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, chicks love to see creepy old men hanging out with a 6th grader.
Put him in his place.
Hey, what are you implying?
Ooh, did I make you mad? Now I'm stuck in a car with an angry old creepy pervert.
I am not an old, creepy pervert. And even if you were my age, you're not my type.
I'm not an old creepy pervert. I'm a young creepy pervert.
Ew, I don't want to know about your type.
Hey, you started it.
Stupid old man.
Punk-ass kid.
Man, they make a great team, don't they? I feel like Dr. Phil could show up at any minute. Yo, Akihabara. I've been there.
Ah, Detective Date. Good to see you, sir. And this is...
Have you looked through the case file yet?
Oh, I am so sorry. She's the victim's...
Yes. Please, let us through.
The wires were tied to 3 kegs.
Each keg has a capacity of 20 liters. All 3 kegs were filled, and approximately 55 pounds each.
What?
I was asking for your name.
My name is Kagami. It's Kagami. Kagami. I told you it's Kagami. I told you my name like 5 times.
His name is engraved in my mind.
Hey, you. What's your name?
Seriously? It's Kagami. Stop bugging him, it's rude.
Excuse you? My best friend, Kagami and I are having a conversation.
Yeah, don't spoil our fun.
What?
Yeah, take that.
No, not these past few days.
I thought so. Once this is over, get some rest, all right?
You too, Detective Date. No, we didn't find anything today.
The autopsy report indicates that the contents of the victim's intestines were excreted upon death,
That's disgusting.
but no traces of that have been found in the area nor on the corpse itself. This evidence makes it highly likely that Renju was killed somewhere else. It must have been considerably difficult to carry more than 150 pounds.
What do you mean?
Renju weighed approximately 158 pounds. I can estimate a person's weight by analyzing their bone structure, muscle, and fat.
Aiba, can you recall the time we discovered the corpse?
Of course. The autopsy report discovered the presence of benzodiazepine.
Benzodiazepine.
It is a common sedative. The dosage found in the victim's bloodstream was extremely high. It can be assumed that Renju's cognitive functions were heavily impaired before his death. The time of discovery was 10:20 p.m. You of course already know this, but you and Mizuki were the first to discover Renju's corpse. The body was hanged from the ceiling, similar to how a fish would be. A thick hook was embedded in the upper jaw, and the wires connecting to the hook were strung up on one of the ceiling beams. There was also a hook on the other end of each wire. The 3 beer kegs were attached to these hooks. We have found no fingerprints.
Strangulation?
Correct. The face shows clear signs of congestion, along with petechia around the face and throat. Both are clear evidence of asphyxiation.
Any indication of the murder weapon?
Most likely a twisted piece of cloth. The culprit approached Renju from behind and wrapped the cloth around his neck, choking him in an attempt to suffocate him. The specific cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. Put more simply, the suspect strangled Renju to death from behind.
Do we have an estimated TOD?
Yesterday, around 8 p.m.
So Renju was murdered about 2 hours before Mizuki and I found the body.
This case bears similarity to Shoko's. The left eyeball was removed while the victim was still alive.
Dragon's Palace Pasta. 1,800 yen. 1,800?
Isn't that pretty average?
This is average?
The capacity of this oil drum is 200 liters. It weighs approximately 44 pounds when empty.
Let me check inside. What?
Renju's watch?
There's something inside. This is the oil drum.
This is the kind of oil drum that has a lid, right?
Correct.
Let's open it. This is the wristwatch Renju always wore. No doubt about it. But how did this get here?
I thought I already told you. Sitting around rotting away in that hospital would be worse.
Still.
I know what you're trying to say. For a little girl to find her dad like that and then want to go back to the scene, I think it's totally weird, right?
In fairness, it is also weird for an adult policeman to acquiesce such a request from a child.
But this is what I wanted. I didn't want to run away from it. I wanted to confront it. I didn't want to be weak.
You were telling me earlier that you could spot things only a daughter would know.
I know what I said. I'll tell you if I notice anything. How could I forget? I'll never be able to get that image out of my head. Not until the day I die. did you hear me? I said I'll tell you if I see anything. Jeez, you're pushy. Pushy men are seen as desperate. This is why no one likes you. Besides, Date? Never mind. Just do your investigation or whatever.
What was she gonna say?
Now is not the time to worry about such things.
Hey, are you doing okay?
Oh, sorry. Just staring.
If you're having a hard time, you can tell me.
I'm fine. It's not like the body is lying here.
Are you really okay?
Yeah, I am. Don't you have an investigation to do? Or are you...
We got a surveillance
Iva,
camera.
Did you get anything from the surveillance camera?
Unfortunately, no. All of the recordings from local surveillance equipment have been erased.
Classic.
What about backup?
There are none. Nothing was uploaded to the cloud either.
Nothing special.
Iva, can you check the operation records of this elevator?
Searching. Found it. The elevator records are sent automatically to building management. According to the record from yesterday, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, this elevator stopped on the second floor only once. At 8:55 p.m., the weight of the car's cargo was approximately 310 pounds.
Okay. So
I think we've checked everything we need to.
somebody who weighs about as much as Renju does.
I agree. We should compile our evidence and inferences.
Mizuki, you ready to leave?
What? But we aren't done investigating.
What do you mean?
There are still people I want to talk to. Well, there is one place. Have you heard of Golden Yokocho? Daddy used to go to a place called Marble a lot. Maybe they know something about him. Yeah, Daddy owned Lemniscate and Iris works for them. She used to work here too.
So she might know something.
I'll call her.
Have any idea where she might be?
I don't know. Iris is into a lot of things. Yeah. Oda is in here all the time. He might know something. I'll call him.
Ota's phone is broken. He dropped it in a puddle.
Sounds like Ota. He's so clumsy.
We'd have to talk to him in person.
He's probably at Lemniscate or Matsushita Diner.
Lemniscate, Matsushita Diner, and Marble. Let's head out.
Okay.
Matsushita Diner it is. Getting back in the car.
Hello, welcome. You're Mizuki, right? Ota's friend?
Yep.
And you...
Oh, I suppose I should introduce myself more formally.
At least something a little more than flashing your badge.
My name is Kaname Date.
Mr. Date, what can I help you with?
Mr. Date, have you seen that I'm a hipster granny?
I completely forgot. I wonder where he got off to. But he'll come back soon. He always does. Runs off, then comes back.
I'm beginning to have doubts about the management of this establishment.
I as
He went out early this morning. I don't know where.
I see. Sorry to be a bother, but when Ota comes back, can you tell him to contact me?
Oh, well, sure.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay, got it.
Date, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hang on, I gotta hit on the hipster granny first.
Oh, stop, you charmer. But you're not getting a discount out of me.
I knew you were a pedo, Date, but I didn't think you were a cougar hunter too.
I am neither of those things.
Oh, everything here is delicious. But my personal favorite is our omelet rice.
Did you want to eat here?
No, I don't have much of an appetite. How's your stomach?
Same. I don't think I can eat right now.
Well, that was a convo. Didn't we have the omelet rice in the other timeline? Oh, I guess Mizuki didn't. Lemniscate.
Oh, what? Hey there, handsome.
Excuse me?
I cannot even right now.
I cannot even.
Hold on, give me just one sec. Mizuki, do you know this guy?
Yeah.
Can you introduce me, please?
What? In the other timeline, she hated me.
She is surprisingly unprofessional for a receptionist.
Come on, it's just not so bad.
Could you contain yourself for 5 minutes, Date?
Ota? Nah, haven't seen him today. How is he?
The receptionist knows Ota too?
Ota happens to be the kind of otaku who actually has social skills.
That's debatable. We're more attractive in this timeline. Also debatable.
Those are the ones you have to watch out for.
Huh?
Nothing. Anyway, could you give me a call if Ota shows up? I have my number here.
Yeah, I got his number. I got his number.
Let us pray that the privilege will not be abused.
I got his number.
Yeah, totally. You never think about, like, my boss getting murdered, you know? Like, what are even the chances? That's like the odds of hitting the lotto. But I was kind of lucky in a weird way. Some of my old friends hit me up asking about it, you know? Feels like we're old alumni or something.
Meanwhile, his daughter is right here.
She certainly found the bright side of this situation.
Iris? You mean Asa? She's recording a podcast in the underground studio.
Oh, that's why she didn't pick up the phone.
If you need her right away, I can try contacting her.
No, it's fine. This can wait until she's done.
For sure.
For sure.
What?
For sure? As in, I got you?
I don't believe I've ever heard that sequence of sounds spoken out loud before.
Oh, haven't heard anything about that yet. The VP might take over, we might get absorbed by another office. Just when I got a job, too. Man, what are we gonna do if this place closes up? So, anyway, tell me, Date, what kind of girls do you like? Because I'm the committed type, you know? Would you consider me a candidate? Hmm?
For sure.
Well, we could go out sometime.
Wow, dude.
Wow, dude.
You disgust me.
Oh, my apologies. Never mind.
I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah, of course we know each other. We're like best friends. We hang out, we party.
we do not party.
Hey, hey.
The most likely scenario is that the final decision was made by the head of the company.
Renju. Mizuki, let's go. Staying here would be a waste.
Yeah, where should we go next?
Wow. What a sequence. For sure. I like the choice of spelling they went with on that too. It just like emphasized how stupid that sounded. For sure.
Is this it?
Right up there with For Real, yeah. It doesn't quite take the cake. For Real is iconic.
Yeah.
You know about this place?
Yeah. This is where I met Renju for the first time.
Interesting. Didn't think this was your kind of spot.
This place is special. You can find all sorts of shady characters here. It's the best place for gathering information about a case. So that's why.
That is only a partial truth.
Shut up.
Huh?
Let's head inside.
Where is everyone?
It's been like this for a while. Not many people come here anymore. Mama should be here soon, though.
Okay.
In other news, at 6:10 p.m. yesterday, on the outer circle of the Capital City Highway in Minato District, Tokyo, a traffic collision occurred involving 5 cars and at least 1 truck. MPD has arrested the driver of the truck suspected to be the cause of the accident for negligence. The investigation is ongoing.
Wasn't Renju involved in that car accident, though, in the other timeline?
Man, I could use a drink.
No, you're driving.
Can't you just drive?
Indeed I can, but I refuse.
Why?
Nothing good comes of you being drunk.
That's a good comeback.
No. And what do you mean by that?
Nothing. Just let me know when you're tired. You can go home anytime you want.
You aren't really worried about me, you just think I'm annoying, right? Don't beat around the bush, just say it. But you know what? It wouldn't matter anyway, because I'm not going home. Hey, Date. What did you and Daddy used to talk about when you were here?
I don't remember a lot of it. I was usually drinking pretty hard.
Don't worry, I have everything recorded. In fact, the conversation about you taking care of Mizuki took place here, at Marble.
Really?
The topic was brought up several times afterward, but the first time was here. 4 years ago, after drinking enough liquid courage, Renju asked you to take care of Mizuki. At the time, Renju was recently divorced, buried in work at Lemnisgate, and mentally unstable. It was a display of excellent judgment. It was a good thing that he managed to swallow his pride.
You think so? Sometimes, I don't think it was the right move.
You should have more confidence. I guarantee you that it was the best decision.
Let's hope so.
Did what?
Sat at a table together like this. We haven't eaten dinner together in a while. After I finish working on this case, we should do it again.
Why? Because of what happened to my mom and daddy? I don't need that.
Date, this is where you need to take a stronger role as her guardian. Data suggests that children who eat alone are prone to mental imbalances and poor physical condition. The meals you prepare do have sufficient nutritional content. However, you need to make sure that Mizuki is eating all of it. Otherwise, your effort is wasted.
Can't believe I'm getting parenting advice from my eyeball.
It's okay.
Is it?
Yup.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah, but I don't really like my elementary school friends. They're too immature. I have more fun with Iris and Ota.
I don't know if they're too immature. You're just very mature for your age.
You think so? The kids at school are so stupid. They gossip about who had their first kiss for days. I don't see why that's anyone's business.
These grade schoolers move fast.
Nah, not really. It's pretty normal nowadays.
You haven't kissed anyone yet, have you?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
I told you I don't want to.
Why not?
Because... I don't like how you hold chopsticks. It makes me sick.
Really now. People have always told me that I have good technique. Some even say it's beautiful.
It's disgusting. Too clean. Besides, there's no point in eating together.
Why is that?
Because you don't talk when you're eating. I don't like sitting in silence.
Well, we don't have to be quiet.
It's fine, I don't like hearing you talk either.
Ouch.
I believe she has entered her teenage rebellion phase a year early.
This is gonna be rough.
Date, honey. Long time no see.
Hey, Mama, how have you been?
Oh, tired and sore, but not in a fun way.
Watch the innuendo in front of the kid.
Oh, who is this?
Renju's daughter.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, it must have been hard. I saw on the news.
It's okay. Really.
Oh, it must have been so hard. Stupid Ren. What was he thinking, leaving his little girl like this? Oh.
Hey, Mama. I wanted to ask you some questions about Renju.
Oh. I guess crying isn't gonna solve the thing, is it? Go ahead. Ask away. I'll help any way I can. Not bad.
Hey, that's good. I want you to keep this place open as long as you can. It makes me feel sad and old when a place I used to visit closes down.
Well, then you should visit more often. I could hook you up. In more ways than one.
Just the one way is fine, thanks.
I haven't seen him for a while. I thought I was going to shrivel up and die of boredom without you boys around.
Shrivel up? You look like a purple water balloon.
That's right. Care to give me a poke?
I'll pass, thanks. Have you heard any rumors about Renju? Anything about grudges, disputes?
Is it okay to talk in front of Mizuki?
Yes, I want to be here.
Trust me, you couldn't drag her away.
If you say so. Apparently, Ren had some connections with the Kumakura gang.
The gang?
That, like, heart-thumping sound happens a lot in this game, and I wonder if it is because... like he's remembering something, or I don't know. I think it indicates there's like story significance for him having that.
Yeah, real rough customers. This is their turf.
So Daddy was involved with gangsters.
Mizuki, that company Shoko was running, were they also tied to the Kumakuras?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, at some fish pocket they served alcohol, but I've never been to a bar like this.
Well, I would hope not. You're in elementary school.
Well, Daddy invited me along sometimes, but I was too shy to go.
Good call.
I was planning on going one day when I was old enough to drink. I wanted to go to a bar with Daddy. I heard that shady characters hang out here. So who are you and how do you fit in?
No one special. I'm just a facilitator.
A facilitator?
People who come in here tend to have very specific interests. I help accommodate.
Oh, okay.
Mama's like, an informant.
That's right. And I won't charge you this time. Just promise to get the bastards who did this to Ren for me.
I promise.
Not really.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I don't bite. I'm only aggressive when it comes to men 20 through 65.
That's a pretty wide range.
Gotta widen my net for a catch like you, Date, honey.
I think I'll ignore that one.
I think I'll ignore it as well.
Well, there was the watch incident. I'm sure you remember that one.
Watch incident?
You don't remember? Your drunk ass spilled your beer on Ren's watch. Ren was furious, yelling about how this watch is more important than my life, or whatever. He blew up on you. That was the only time I've ever seen Ren that mad. That's why I remember it so well.
Was it this watch?
Yeah, that's it. Why do you have it? Was it at the scene? Ren was given that watch by his lover. It was an anniversary gift, I think.
Lover?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot Mizuki was here.
No, it's fine.
But of course, it wasn't an affair. This was all after he was divorced.
Daddy had a new lover.
Daddy had a new lover. I'm going to the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Yeah. This place is small. The bathrooms are outside.
Take care.
Do you think I'm going to get pursued right now? Is it another gun scene?
Iba, get boss on the line.
Got it.
What's up?
Mizuki is at a bar called Marble down in Golden Yokocho. Send someone over to pick her up.
She's not at the hospital?
Yeah, she snuck out. I took her along while I was doing some work, but I can't take her any further.
Understood. I'll send someone.
Counting on you, boss.
Are you going to leave Mizuki here?
Yes, I can't take her into a Yakuza den.
We're just going all over the city today.
Who's this asshole? You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
All right, bye then.
Wow,
Hey, Date!
that's the same cutscene.
What? Ugh, I hate dealing with these chumps.
Didn't you hear me? Do you want to die, old man?
Punch.
Punch. You bastard!
Kick.
Sorry for the late introduction. I'm with the MPD.
A cop, huh?
So, is this not going to be the exact same
wanna
thing?
Explain what the fuck a cop is doing in my office?
I'm getting deja vu, too.
I think we should exchange names before exchanging expletives.
Name's MoMA, the Warhorse. Don't give a fuck what your name is.
All right, MoMA. I have a few things I want to ask you. What do you know about the new Cyclops serial killings? Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura had their left eye pulled out and were murdered. And I think you know something about it.
Saw it on the news.
Yeah, we get more MoMA, that's true.
But we had nothing to do with it. Even if we did, we wouldn't spill to no cops. What? The chairman is right in front of you.
What?
I run the Kuma...
That can't be right. The chairman of the Kumakuras is Rohan. You aren't the chairman.
Yo, asshole! You need a lesson in manners?
Date, wait. I did some research. He leapt to his death for... But
Yeah, we already knew that.
Don't know nothing about her. I know her face and her name. It was on the news. Nothing else.
Shoko was part of an investment fraud scheme, and I have it on good authority that a certain Yakuza gang was helping her.
Wouldn't know nothing about that, cop. I told you, I got nothing to say. You deaf or something?
Date, a minute, please.
What is it?
Do you see the sofa in the reception area? There is an ashtray on top of the coffee table.
What about it?
It is peculiar. Thermal imaging reveals that they are both warm.
The sofa and ashtray.
Thermo zoom.
Hey, Aiba. Can you turn off the thermal vision?
Sure.
I see. The cigarette brand is Klein.
Why is that relevant?
Small details will come in useful later. Trust me.
Small details will come in useful later. Is that a correct phrasing?
Hey, I...
It is clearly a tiger.
Thermo zoom.
Part of the cushion is still red.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought, what?
What are you talking about? You're the first guest today, although you are an uninvited guest.
Don't lie now. Someone was sitting on the sofa and smoking very recently.
How do you know that?
I just do.
Oh, right. I remember now. Just a bit ago, one of our guys was on the sofa.
Are you talking about these guys right here?
Yeah.
Not possible. When I came in...
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
You made a big mistake coming here. Go home.
Who's this asshole?
Neither of them was on the sofa, and neither of them was smoking.
They left.
Who left?
An insurance salesman, right before you came in.
I don't think so. I didn't pass by anyone on my way here, and I happen to know this office only has one entrance and one exit, which means whoever it is, they're still in this office somewhere. Let me check the back.
Why you want to do that?
I just wanted to say hello to our guest.
I'm telling you, you're the only one here.
Oh, then you won't mind me checking.
Just get out of here, cop.
There must be someone they don't want us to see, somewhere behind that wall.
Let's X-ray. No?
A bronze?
Gold. It's kind of frightening. Scary. Scary lanterns. Scary lanterns. Scary lanterns.
Scary lanterns.
Scary lanterns. Scary lanterns.
Nice.
You don't have to repeat it.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Just as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
This must be whoever was sitting on the sofa and smoking earlier.
My revolver can shoot right through this wall. I should shoot him.
I should shoot him.
Wait! Is he not getting enough?
What?
Never mind. The person behind the wall is unarmed. I cannot approve the use of a revolver in this situation.
Damn it.
Oh. Well, I'm dead. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time for another random gun game.
Date! A porno mag at your feet!
Or, oh wait, that's right. They always begin with that, don't they?
What?
Oh. Whoa.
Hey, did you just shoot at me?
Nice gun.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute!
This is the weirdest video game of all time.
Date! Load a revolver with explosive rounds. Aim for the dragon's gold ball on the right.
The what? Oh, that. Why?
Just do it!
Aim for the golden ball. I'm glad you get like unlimited time there. Boom. Fatality.
Iba, you saved me.
Everything happened as I simulated it.
So, where's this porno mag?
You idiot. There is no adult magazine. However, I know that your reaction time is up to 3.6 times faster when you are excited. I simply took advantage of that behavior.
What the hell? You're a grown man. Aren't you too old to be playing with toys?
Shit!
Busted.
Hey, coward. I see you. Show your face. I know you. That's...
Sejima. So, Congressman.
What is this guy doing here?
I went to work, then went home.
So, you have no alibi?
No, I always have my bodyguards near me. If you want to, you can ask them.
Bodyguard testimony can be unreliable. There is a possibility that they would lie to protect Mr. Sejima.
I agree. Can't trust that.
I've had a relationship with the Kumakuras since back when Rohan was running things. I had business nearby, so I stopped here for a visit. Whatever conspiracy theory you're imagining in your head, you can forget it. This is strictly business.
Strictly business? A congressman meeting with Yakuza? How are you gonna spin that?
It's true. I imagine my public image will be dragged through the mud. But we haven't done anything illegal. If you want to accuse me of such wrongdoing, then by all means. I just happen to think such gossip is better suited for tabloids.
You just tried to kill me.
The president of Lemniscate? We aren't friends, but I did meet him a few times through work.
What work were you doing to meet up with the head of an entertainment company?
It was just some party hosted by some company or other. It's not unusual. Events with those uptight stuffed shirts can be rather dull. So they have some young women from an entertainment office attend. Anyway, we only saw each other a few times. I don't even remember what we spoke about.
Look at his grin.
Well, I guess there's no point hiding it now. I lied earlier, when I said I didn't know her.
I thought so. You and the Kumakuras were a part of the fraud scheme Shoko was organizing.
Yep. Whenever any wise-ass investors gave her trouble, we handled it.
Exactly as I suspected. Shoko was affiliated with the Kumakuras.
Us Kumakuras are a branch of the Ujisaki family. The Ujisaki, you can have...
Date, it is not included.
That's right, they were at the golf tournament.
I've been looking after that guy since high school. It was the usual stuff. I had him help me with a lot of work. Now, it's kind of the opposite, you know? We're getting work from him. Well, we were. Now that he's dead, though.
What work did he have you do?
The usual. If Talon at his office was causing trouble or something.
You ever get into any disputes with Renju doing this work?
No way. He paid good money. I've never even gotten into an argument with the guy.
I heard that the former head of the Kumakuras committed suicide last year.
Yeah. What's it to you?
Nothing at all. I just want to talk about it.
Rohan was my older brother. He was my big brother in this organization, and my blood brother. 6 years ago, he got sick in the head. He got sent to a special hospital.
There's a lot of people who had things happen 6 years ago.
And naturally, because I'm his brother and next in line, I was the successor. That's all I'm gonna say. You want to know more? Hire a private eye.
The victim prior to Renju? I believe Moma introduced me to her.
Introduced?
We were just having drinks. Shoko stopped by to say hello.
Right. We didn't talk about anything.
They're trying to give me the runaround.
Indeed. Date, I have determined that these individuals have nothing further to add. Even if they are involved, they will not volunteer any more information. We need solid evidence to move forward with the investigation.
You're right.
Date, a call from Lemniscate.
Connected.
Date? It's me. You remember, like, how you said to call you if Ota came? Well, he's here now, so I guess I'm calling you.
For sure.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Where are you going?
That's none of your concern. Moma, Congressman Sejima, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'll come back soon. We'll swap drinking stories.
You serious?
Let's go, Iba.
Roger.
This is all really suspicious.
What is?
Congressman Tsujima and the Kumakura. There's definitely something going on there.
I agree, but I am not sure it is linked to the new Cyclops serial killings. We need to do further investigation.
Who are you? Impop so shiny too.
You utter idiot. It's me.
Renju?
Do I look like Renju?
Mizuki?
It's...
Odd.
Date.
Then, are you Mom?
Idiot. They must have increased your dosage too much.
My dosage? Anyway, you're Aiba, right? Why are you here? Looking like that?
I just thought I would project myself.
How are you doing this?
I am overlaying the image. You can't see me through...
You can't just pop into...
You do...
All of these are the same conversation I had before.
I looked into that. Unfortunately, I did not find anything in our database that could connect the two.
I see.
However, I did discover some rumors on the internet. Most of them come across as gossip or conspiracy theories.
Please.
Mr. Tsujima currently resides in Azabu. He lives in a mansion, a restored samurai castle, but 20 years ago, So Tsujima lived in the Kawasaki district, to be exact. He lived there until he was 40 years old. The Tsujima family owned a vast amount of real estate in the district. Adjusting for inflation, the land was valued above 30 billion yen. The Tsujima family sold off its holdings. 6 months later, the incident occurred.
The explosion at the chemical plant.
This caused Kawasaki to become a restricted area. And of course, land prices fell drastically to less than 1/30th their original value. What are your thoughts?
The timing is certainly suspicious. To sell that amount of land just 6 months before it happened.
There is another interesting fact. After the accident, So Tsujima purchased all of the land back for just 1 billion yen.
That sounds convenient.
So he's got 29 billion yen in his pocket and 1 billion yen of land.
Correct. Despite the horrific accident, the Tsujima family is no worse off.
True. But I don't see the point of it. It's not like you got anything out of it.
That would be true, but there is more to this story. There is another important fact. After the land prices in the Kawasaki region crashed... we will have to continue this conversation later.
Wasn't the other sinking machine in the restricted area?
I am receiving a call from headquarters.
Is this Special Agent Date from Abyss? My name is Akaska from HQ. I'm investigating the Shoko Nadami case. There's something that you need to hear.
What is it?
We got a phone call earlier from a prisoner at Fuchu Prison.
A prisoner?
We saved the call. I think you should give it a listen. Who is this?
In here?
What is this call concerning?
I know who killed Shoko Nadami, and if you let me out of here, I suppose he will, and he'll take their eye while they're still alive. There will be more bodies. If you want to stop this serial killer, I'll be seeing you.
Said the serial killer.
This has to be a prank.
That's what I thought too. However, we got the call yesterday afternoon, before Renju was killed. In other words...
You're saying he predicted the second crime?
Yeah, I think he did. That's why I thought I should contact you.
Odd.
Good idea. Thanks, Detective.
Good luck.
Do you think there's anything to this?
I don't know.
Oh.
What's wrong? You look like you have a lot on your mind.
Yeah. I just found out online. The corpse at Bloom Park. That was Renju's ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So that was Mizuki's mom. Mizuki saw her own mom. And I just left her.
What a failure
But I didn't
you
know.
are, Ota.
I knew her as Shoko Nadami. Her last name is different. I didn't know that was Mizuki's mother. I want to apologize to her. I need to tell her that I'm sorry. I don't know anything. I've only seen Renju a couple of times.
I didn't think it was possible to be this bad at lying.
Though it is plainly obvious, I did a thermal check on Ota's body. This is his current body temperature.
Whoa!
That's what I thought. Have you forgotten, Ota? You're my thrall. You don't want me to tell Iris your secret, do you?
Huh?
Wait, it's no big deal. I just...
You better start talking.
Okay.
You get asked out a lot, don't you? I don't know why you're sitting here behind a desk. You should be an idol.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
But despite my looks, I am a bit too old to be an idol.
Oh, come on now. 21 isn't old enough.
I couldn't get into it now.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I turned 36 this year.
dot, dot, dot.
You're kidding.
What's up, mess?
No problem. After all, it means we get to see each other again.
God, the receptionist wants me.
Hey now, that's awfully aggressive. You're an alpha type, aren't you? I kind of like that.
And I kind of like you.
Whoa! Get a room.
Oh, but there is one little thing you should know about me. I'm a reptilian. Is that going to be a problem?
What's a reptilian?
A reptilian humanoid alien. They are said to be shapeshifters that take on human form.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a problem.
Just in time. What's up, Tonic?
Oh, too bad. She's recording a podcast right now. Looking at her schedule, it should end soon.
Mizuki didn't seem like she was angry with you.
What? You met Mizuki? Oh, at the interrogation.
That's right. He doesn't know I live with Mizuki. I have no reason to hide it. Yeah, I spoke to Mizuki at her, questioning earlier.
You're sick, Date.
What?
Questioning? That sounds dirty. If I were writing a light novel, that's exactly how I would describe a sexy scene.
Yeah. Me too.
What kind of novels are you writing, kid?
Nowhere. Just doing my normal routine.
I don't know your normal routine.
I went to a doujin store to look at the new releases, and I ate some ramen at Jiro's, and then headed over to the PC cafe to browse threads.
What a sick life. I wish I was Ota.
You know, normal.
If that's normal, I haven't had a normal day in my life.
I want the hoodie that says geek too. And the fingerless gloves. Yo, do the fingerless gloves have cutouts? Look at this. Look at this. Right here. There's like a rectangle cutout on the back. This kid is too
Last
cool.
night, I was walking over to Sunfish Pocket, and I saw Renju come out of the building.
Was he alone? Someone was with him.
Fingerless, backless gloves. That's right. Gotta appreciate the fashion.
A man. No. A woman. Okay, look. I can tell you're trying to protect her, but you have to help me out here. Was it Iris?
No, it definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
It definitely for sure wasn't Tessa.
Got it. So Renju was with Iris.
Okay, fine. There's no point in hiding it, I guess. You're right. Renju came out of the building with Tessa. But Tessa has nothing to do with this. She wouldn't murder anyone. She wouldn't hurt a fly. She's an idol. Idols don't kill people.
Idols don't kill people.
You need to stop putting her on a pedestal.
What if they do?
Tessa is a savior to me. The Tessa I know wouldn't hurt anyone. The first time I met her, I had a bad case of writer's block, and I saw all this awful negativity online, and I lost sight of what I really wanted to write. It was the lowest point of my life.
But then I thought about writing sexy scenes and referring to them as questionings. And everything turned around. For sure. 11037. So actually, Tonic, about that. Earlier in the game, Aiba was talking about a shutdown sequence and how we could shut down Aiba if we gave a certain command. And I thought for sure that the numbers were going to be 11037, and I was very disappointed that that was not the reference. Although we did see in one of the dream sequences, we saw a reference to Nagito, which was pretty good.
He is talking like a professional, though he hasn't published anything.
Yeah.
Then, by pure chance, I found a video of Tessa singing and dancing.
Yeah, there's been a couple references to Danganronpa in this game so far.
And it made me realize something important. You don't have to care what people think, you know? If you do your best at what you believe in, your message will get through to people. That attitude is something all great creators need to have.
I feel like I'm getting streaming lessons from Ota.
After that, I became a huge ACET fan and got over my writer's block. And I know I'm not the only one Tessa has inspired. A lot of otaku like me say that Tessa is their savior. She cheers them up when they're down, so there's no way Tessa can be involved in murder. Absolutely impossible.
I bet Ota already is streaming big. Ota's like, he's probably guesting on ACET's stream, you know? Like how Trihex used to have that couch and like random people would sit on the couch while he was doing Yoshi's Island runs. It's kind of like that. Ota's just on the couch watching ACET dance.
But do you suspect her?
I need to hear her side of the story. If I do, I might find out she's totally innocent. If you truly believe that she didn't do it, you should tell me everything you know.
But...
do it for Iris.
Around 6:15, I guess.
Where did they go?
I didn't see. They got into Renju's car and drove off.
And what did you do?
I went inside Sunfish Pocket, but I saw a sign that said the entire club was reserved. I figured I would just go home.
What happened?
Date.
What happened?
Iris, there's something I need to ask you. Come with me.
Hey, Iris, remember that time you died? Oh, okay. We're going straight into questioning. Okay, let's see. Pewter is not in the room. Boss is in the room.
Iris, I'm going to ask you some questions. Please answer honestly. However, you do not have to say anything that might incriminate you.
The right to remain silent? You're treating me like a criminal.
Not exactly. I'm just looking for the truth, and I would appreciate your cooperation. What were you doing from 7 to 9 last night?
I was at home the whole time.
You're sure?
Yes.
Iva, thermograph.
There is no noticeable rise in Iris's body temperature.
She isn't lying.
Not necessarily. We must consider the possibility that she is a natural liar.
With that kind of confidence, her temperature wouldn't change.
Correct.
Renju's estimated time of death was 8 p.m. last night. If Iris' story is true, she couldn't have done it.
There is another possibility. Even if Iris was at home, she could have killed Renju.
You mean... I'll ask again. You are sure you were at home around 8 p.m. yesterday?
Yes.
Can I ask your mother about your alibi?
You can, but there'd be no point.
She's sketching me out
Why is that?
My mom wasn't home. She came back home early this morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Where was she?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come to think of it, Iris's mom had connections to Renju too.
Hitomi did mention that yesterday.
They're all in on it.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
However, we have nothing to link her to the case.
But I am curious, what was Hitomi doing last night? Here's what Ota told me. Yesterday around 6:15 p.m., you and Renju came out of the Sunfish Pocket building. Is that true?
Yes. Mr. Okiura called me and told me he wanted me to come to Sunfish Pocket. ASAP.
Around what time was that?
5 p.m., I think. I got ready, then headed over there. I guess I got there about an hour later.
Date, I checked her call history. At 4:58 p.m., there is a record of a call to Iris from Renju's phone.
What were you doing with Renju?
He asked me about a job.
What kind of job?
He rented out Sunfish Pocket for a party and he wanted me to MC. He said that it was an important party and that a lot of big shots were gonna be there, but the girl he asked to do it originally got sick and couldn't come. But I turned him down.
Why?
Because I'm just an internet idol. I've never done any MCing before, especially with important people being there.
What did you do after you turned him down?
I left with Mr. Okiura at 6:15 p.m. That must have been when Ota saw me.
And after that?
I asked Mr. Okiura to take me home in his car. I got home at 7 p.m. I was home the rest of the night.
What do you think, Aiba?
I cannot detect any contradictions. However, her story appears almost too organized.
It's quite convenient.
Human memory is ambiguous. Her use of exact times leads me to be suspicious.
That's true. When did you find out Renju was killed?
This morning, on the news.
And you were with Renju last night?
She's not looking at us either. Look, she's looking down. She's looking away. Signs of a liar.
You didn't think to call the police and inform them of this?
Oh, sorry. Is that something you're supposed to do? I had a podcast to record this morning, so if I went to the police, I'd be late. And that would cause everyone a lot of trouble, you know?
I heard you used to work at Sunfish Pocket.
That's right.
How long?
A little over a year.
Working there that long, you're probably pretty familiar with the equipment.
Yeah, I guess.
This isn't LA Noire. So fun fact about LA Noire, I have that game. Like 10 years ago, okay, maybe not that long, 6 years ago, I bought a TV, and this was back when there was the whole like 3D TV hype, you know, like that was going to be the new thing. So the TV had 3D functionality and 3D glasses, and I set up my game to play in 3D. And the first game I tried to play in 3D was LA Noire. Was it five? It was probably longer than 5 years ago. It was maybe like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know. Anyway, point is, LA Noire was going to be my first 3D game. And I played it for about 5 minutes, and then the game just kept like glitching out. And then I realized like 3D is not fun. It was bad. So I've never finished LA Noire, but I have it. Yeah, 3D was definitely like one of the worst gimmicks in TVs.
What about the surveillance camera?
I still use that TV for my Switch games and stuff, but not the 3D mode.
Do you know where those tapes were stored?
What are you trying to say? Am I a suspect?
You're kind of sus right now, to be honest.
It's not like that.
It's fine, Date. It's true that I met with Mr. Okiura yesterday, but how do I put this? It's impossible that I'm the killer.
It's impossible that I'm the killer.
Why?
I'm a teenage girl. Mr. Okiura is a fully grown man.
Yo, this dramatic camera panning, though.
Oh, she's got a point. A girl like her could have stabbed, poisoned, or shot him dead, but strangling?
No, it's still possible. You see,
Iris could have killed Renju because...
The autopsy determined that Renju vacated his bowels for muscle relaxation upon death.
Do we really need to hear that for a second time?
However, no trace of this. This means that it is highly likely Renju was killed elsewhere and moved to where he was found.
Iris could have killed Renju because... he was sedated. That's right.
A heavy concentration of sedatives were discovered in Renju's body. Renju was practically in a coma before he died. He wouldn't have struggled.
So, Iris could have strangled him.
Wait a minute. Even if I was somehow able to kill him, the rest of it is impossible.
When are we going to get to the fact that we know how many pounds were on the elevator? If we add her weight to the weight of Renju, you would know whether she did it or not.
The rest of it?
Like hanging up his body?
How do you know that?
What do you mean? It's all over the news.
That's true. Renju weighed about 160 pounds.
Okay, we're getting to that now.
Even if she used her entire body weight, I don't think she could have hauled him up.
Right. It would be hard for her to do it with her strength alone. But with a little ingenuity, it could be done.
Ingenuity?
How could Renju's body be lifted up to the ceiling? Oil drum?
I don't think so, Date.
Really?
This is irrelevant to the question of how to lift Renju's body.
Really?
Renju's estimated numerous hemorrhages in the blood vessels of the throat and face indicate strangulation. The weapon used to commit the murder was some kind of twisted cloth. The criminal likely wrapped it around Renju's neck and pulled. Renju then suffocated. The more precise cause of death, in short, Sunfish Pocket is located on the second floor. According to the records, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found.
I'm just waiting to hear if you're so sure of yourself that you should only need one chance. Yeah. Yeah, we're missing the Ace Attorney table slaps and judge disappointment and explosion noises when you pick the wrong thing.
The elevator stopped on the second floor only once, at 8:55 p.m. The total weight detected in the elevator was approximately 310 pounds.
It's time for a penalty.
I know this watch. It's Renju. I found it had me.
Do I present this?
Renju's corpse hanging from... He was found over the counter. The wire was attached on both ends. One end was attached to a hook that was embedded inside Renju's jaw. The other end was attached to beer kegs found on the floor. The kegs hold approximately 20 liters of liquid.
That's a pretty big penalty, Vorpal.
They weigh approximately 55 pounds each.
So maybe it's this.
It went like this. First, Renju was laid out on the counter. Next, the wire was thrown over the beam and connected to the hook in his jaw. Then all you need to do is put the 3 beer kegs on the counter.
You think a teenage girl could have done that?
I'm sure it was hard. The kegs weighed 55 pounds each. But that's not impossible, even for a teenage girl.
I guess it isn't impossible.
After that, you get on top of the counter, hook the other end of the wires to the kegs, and then... What do you think happens if you kick the kegs off the counter?
The 3 kegs weighed 165 pounds altogether. Renju weighs 5 pounds less. I guess that would make it possible. But there is one more thing.
What?
Considering the state of the crime scene, it's clear Renju was killed elsewhere and brought to where we found him. If Iris is the culprit, how did she move the body?
Hey!
I know. You're going to say you couldn't have moved a 160-pound body.
Unfortunately for her, she could have.
How?
How the culprit managed to move the corpse to Sunfish Pocket. I mean, you used the elevator and you used the oil drum.
Do you know what this is? It's Renju's favorite watch. This was discovered inside an empty oil drum at Sunfish Pocket.
Hey, Date, I know you're on a roll right now, but could you please report things like that according to protocol?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that it wouldn't be so hard to move a body if it were in a cylinder. You would just have to roll it.
So you're saying Renju's body was moved inside the drum, which is how the watch came off, but the suspect didn't notice it.
I'm not saying anything for sure, just pointing out that it's possible.
I didn't do it! You don't even have any witnesses! If I were rolling an oil drum in the middle of the street, people would have noticed!
You could have put it in a car and driven it.
I don't have a license!
Doesn't mean you can't drive. Even an AI can drive nowadays.
Are you mocking me?
Don't make sudden outbursts like that.
You insulted me.
Just be quiet.
Who are you talking to?
It's a very different timeline
Anyway,
than when we were on a date
Iris,
with her.
You weigh about 105 pounds, right?
Where is this coming from?
If only you weighed more. Or less.
That is none of your business.
No, I mean that your weight is relevant to the case. If the oil drum was used to transport the corpse, then the possibility of the suspect being around 105 pounds is extremely likely.
Why do you say that?
Because the barrel weighs 50 pounds. So we need to know Renju's weight. We need to know the elevator record. And the oil drum.
Iris, on which floor is Sunfish Pocket located?
On the second floor?
That's right. So, I checked the elevator records. Before the corpse was discovered, the elevator only stopped at the second floor once, at 8:55 p.m. And we discovered that the total cargo weight on the elevator was about 310 pounds. Renju weighed 160. The oil drum weighs 44. Together, that's about 205. Subtracting that from 310...
This doesn't look good.
Why are you...
Now, this obviously doesn't prove you're the murderer. A lot of people weigh 105 pounds. Or someone could have put 105 extra pounds in the elevator, sent it up, and taken the stairs to throw us off the trail. However...
Date, stop. Iris is acting strange. Don't turn around.
Why not?
Just stay put. Keep your eyes on the wall. There are several cameras in this room. 2 surveillance cameras installed at the corners of the ceiling, and 1 camera on a tripod. I hacked each to gain access to their recordings. Look at this.
She's fidgeting around. Is she doing something under the desk?
That's what it looks like, but we need to confirm something before we confront her. We need to know that she's in fact doing something under the desk.
Without turning around?
Yes.
Without turning around.
How would I do that? Ah, shit. Iris, what are you thinking? What is that thing?
That thing?
Hey, answer me, Iris.
She's definitely hiding something, Date. Sync with her.
We're going to Dream Court, baby.
Iris is experiencing REM sleep. Medication is working perfectly.
How about it, Date? Think you can do
It's
it?
the 3rd time I'm
Not a
syncing with
problem.
her.
Get it started.
The time limit is 6 minutes. So before time is up,
I know.
then let's begin.
Overarching plot thoughts. Well, this is only day 2 of going down a different timeline, so there are a lot of questions because this timeline is very different from the other one. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. I know this place. Isn't this the location of the other sync machine?
It looks depressing. How is this related to Iris?
Unknown, but there must be a connection.
Iris, what are you hiding?
Seto Aiba.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Let's see. Overarching plot thoughts. I think the congressman is a very shady dude. I think he's up to a lot of things. I don't know that Renju's innocent. I think he might be equally to blame. Mysterious room, videos, and a strange device. Okay. I heart CRT.
A double door. It doesn't open. We don't have to worry about it.
There's no music.
A CRT TV.
I heart CRT. Spin the dial. Oh, we get a double penalty. Everybody knows you hit the CRT to get it to show up in better quality. I'm gonna spin the dial. Should have hit it. Should have hit it. Oh.
Stop.
This is the original Cyclops Killer. That was a picture of one of the original victims.
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops Killer.
That destroyed the bitrate.
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding?
Okay, so in the Iris timeline, Iris was manipulating us to keep her alive. But then she ended up dying anyway. So that's the part that I'm confused on. I feel like Iris might actually be not a good person. I think she might have connections to the case from 6 years ago, but I don't know what those are yet.
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
Ooh. Saw the murder video. Okay, that was a split path. Okay, I didn't realize we were on a split path. Torso, mirror. I have a double penalty for this next thing, don't I? Strangle it?
A full body mirror.
Yeah, this gets a double penalty, so maybe we should just go to the door.
A double door.
Hiya! Hiya!
Stop that! You're not helping!
This whole game is a math puzzle. You just gotta know how to do the math. Ooh, there's a gun.
A full body mirror.
Look, punch, or talk to the mirror.
A torso with a head.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
There is the choke option.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way. It is a pistol. It appears to be fixed with a vise.
Why would this be here?
What's this? The trigger. There is a stick in the hole of the trigger guard.
That's suspicious.
5 minutes left, Date.
A torso with a head.
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
I'm tired of this. But we have no choice but to investigate.
Beat it to death. What, am I just acting out the murder now? This is weird.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Okay, that's gonna be step 4. Chug! Wow, smell gives a double penalty. Beat it to death. And I can't touch the torso? What's the operating table got to do with anything?
An operating table.
Perform surgery 144 or sleep for 162. Wow. Beat it to death.
A full body mirror.
So maybe I need to punch this mirror.
Are you sure I can break this mirror?
No, I don't think you have the strength to break it.
Then why did you ask me to, pervert?
Just punch it, and I'm not a pervert. You see? It won't break.
What was the point of that?
That sucked. Beat it to death.
It's an operating table.
I don't know, Shenny, because Aiba was standing in front of the mirror. I don't know. This game doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try sleeping.
How does it feel?
Awful. Am I going to be killed? Modified? I'm restless. I can't take the suspense.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
That's not what I'm talking about.
It did nothing for us. Beat it to death.
An old television.
Oh, punch the TV maybe?
Iris, what is all this?
That was not it either.
An old television.
Maybe I just gotta keep watching the TV. I don't know. Oh, it was with the medicine bottle.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops Killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
She killed all those people. She's a bad person.
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
3 minutes, Date.
Gas canister. Okay, to reenact the murder, I need to pick up this bottle.
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
I can chug it. Why don't we just go over to the torso and beat it up?
A torso similar to a fashion mannequin.
Push, punch, or choke.
I didn't get hit, did I?
There is no effect on your body, Date.
Hit my soul hard enough.
While you were unconscious, a television and an old book appeared.
Want to get off this ride.
If my calculations are correct, it will be over soon.
Let's hope you're right.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I'm getting pretty good at these. I can kind of rule out the things that don't make sense. Shoot to death. So now we need to get another one to appear. So I need to watch the TV again.
An old-fashioned TV.
Please. Help me. Help me.
There's a blue and a red.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops Killer.
So that means maybe she wasn't the killer. Maybe she was the witness to all of these murders. Or she's the killer and there is a witness. It's definitely her and Ota. Ota is a serial killer. Only an otaku who writes light novels that use the word questioning to describe sexy scenes would do such a thing.
Why does Iris know that?
There is a possibility that she saw it online or on TV.
That's Charizard.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killing. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Okay.
It is a thick book.
Thick book. Rip.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
Can you tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on... insects! It's a book on insects!
Gonta?
Don't get excited. I know how you love bugs. Does this book belong to Iris?
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
True. We cannot conclude anything.
This is the book about the winter iris, her favorite flower. But it's actually about butterflies. What if it's about the butterfly effect? That could be a thing.
An Alice.
I kind of want to rip it. But there's other things to do. Like chug the medicine bottle.
Just a locker.
Whoops.
Iba?
It's all right. More importantly,
Wow. Okay, okay. Rube Goldberg machine in my video game? The morphogenetic field, exactly. Wow, this is an excessively long cutscene. What's it gonna do? It missed. Oh, we're still going. It's not over yet. Holy crap. What is this video game? They're like, let's animate this 4-minute long ridiculous sequence of ball bouncing. Oh, it's gonna launch the bottle. Okay. Wow. Big explosion. It's still going. The cutscene is still going. Boom. Fired the gun.
that is...
F. Who is that? Shot the body. I didn't find the secret. I missed another secret. I should have chugged the medicine bottle.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Blue figure with Date's face. Oh, it's me. I didn't recognize me with that blonde hair. I'm the murderer. Don't worry about me, boss. I'll show up to work tomorrow.
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret. No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Even though I'm the murderer?
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops Killer.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops Killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
Okay, here's my thinking. All right? Wild theory time. Are you ready? Wild theory time. This whole sinking thing, right? Let's talk about that for a minute. The whole idea of the sinking, okay? It's this weird, mildly Nope. It's not mildly. Majorly unethical dream reading that's going on. So if that room that we just saw was the same room that had the other sync machine, which is in the abandoned zone of Japan, what if like I was the first one to ever try syncing in the first place, or maybe like the only one capable of it or something, and in the process of syncing with these people, things went really, really wrong, and it resulted in people dying, which would be the same thing that happened to Iris in the other timeline, because we synced with her on that machine, and after we synced with her, she died. So I'm wondering, like, were the original Cyclops killings actually not killings, but they were syncs that went wrong? And so they covered it all up and erased my memories? It could be, or I could be very wrong.
So perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer.
I think that actually could be true. I'm not going to discount that.
You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding. You can't be the Cyclops Killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
Well, I guess there goes that theory. But maybe she didn't do a thorough background check.
You interrogated Iris before the sync. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
The Cyclops Killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memories 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
I don't buy it. Now I'm skeptical. Boss, you're lying.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? And not just one, but all four?
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops Killer could not have committed these crimes.
Because I committed these ones.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can. Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
I don't trust you at all, Pewter. Nobody who dresses like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Spin-off character can be trusted.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Trust me, I'm town.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops Killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified. That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely. The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together. When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see. True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia, and why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations. But this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all. It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation. Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C.
Yeah, I believe that was Pythagoras, actually.
This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event. However, the same cannot necessarily be said about Memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier...
Yes. I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Pewter, you said that memories happened in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth. Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it. Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sync does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
Then what about the Cyclops Killer? From 6 years ago.
Cyclops Killer? I remember hearing it on the news, but I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything specific.
You don't?
No.
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But...
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
Huh?
We do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. The law demands that we release her.
You cannot decline, Date.
She knows something she shouldn't. Very sus. I've decided that everyone is the murderer.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Sure. Where?
The shrine?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
Oh.
You know about that place?
Everybody likes marble.
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too. All right, sure.
Wait, is she orchestrating a hit on me? Is that what that text was? Ota?
Tessa!
What is he doing here?
Oh, Ota!
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here. I was nihiling with Tessa earlier.
I knew it.
She said she was going to Marble, so...
I followed like the simp that I am.
I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime. No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
No, I didn't tell him to come. He just showed up on his own.
This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing.
I won't tell anyone about that thing.
That you'd stay quiet no matter what. What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two-witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
Geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
What?
At the door. Someone's standing outside.
I knew it. Never turn around. That's the second time you've learned this lesson. You can't trust anyone. Everyone is the criminal.
Where am I?
It looks like you're awake now. Ota, the boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Safe mode. Press 1 if you've rebooted your computer in safe mode. I don't feel like we hear about that very often these days. Alright, we got some OGs in the chat solving their computer problems in safe mode.
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course. I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
But I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Date, the boss is calling.
Oh, how am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency. Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Uh-oh.
I sent the address to Iba.
Live streamed video.
Iris.
Oh!
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
It's a live stream.
Iba, the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse, Koto District.
Oh! Hey, I've seen, I had memories of this happening.
Okiura?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
Remember, her body had a bunch of scars on it.
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here.
Also, why are we trying to save her when she just tasered me?
20 minutes at the fastest.
Please, please let me make it in time. That sick bastard.
Oh, it's a polar bear. Gotta watch out for those polar bears. They, How to stream big in 3 steps. Bear suit, murder someone. What's step 3? Oh, now you're in jail. Yeah.
No, it can't be. No. Stop!
Wow, we're not going to make it in time. F's in the chat. Now she can be on a magic show.
No!
This is like Trucy, except actually bad at magic, right? This is like what Phoenix visualizes, or no, what Apollo visualizes when Trucy's doing her magic. Ooh, slick drift. All right, is she going to be alive? The polar bear suit. Got him. That's what you get for tasering me. Ding dong, bing bong. Well, this timeline sucks.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you.
This is the timeline where just everyone dies.
It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you? Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble.
No, I'm not actually that upset about it. It seemed like she had a plan.
And about letting Ota get the upper hand on you.
He got his comeuppance too.
Am I right? Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks?
I think you know more than you claim to know, boss.
Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide.
I mean, I don't disagree with that statement.
Ota had a selfish love for Iris. He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota.
99% of Twitch chat. Oh, man.
So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
No, I don't think I think that's too easy. That's too easy. I think they want us to think that Ota is the murderer. So the polar bear suit is part of the trick. I think there is a third person.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops Killer. There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions. Like killing Iris.
Such as?
I'm gonna investigate you, boss.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the stream. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Ultimate bad guy.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
She's a little too Yoshi smiling. Yep. Yeah, boss seems quite calm here.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years. Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
Why is Ota friends with Mizuki? That's a good question.
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Hipster Granny is the killer? Oh my god. It's Hipster Granny. She has a kitchen knife. You know there's only one kitchen knife in the whole world?
Are you sure?
I am.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself. Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice cutting machine.
Then, shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious. I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning. I was just playing devil's advocate for HQ.
Really?
Yes, really.
I don't trust boss.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine.
Exactly.
And then...
Then, who is the culprit?
Probably you or Pewter.
I wish I knew.
We're up to 4 victims, but Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Lemniscate. It's the receptionist. She was acting awfully, like, for sure.
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
You think the new Cyclops Killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. But it's a good starting point.
Oh, I get to choose. Hitomi? Ota's mother, Mayumi? Moma? I mean, it could be Kumakura, I guess. Renju and Shoko's daughter, Mizuki. Mizuki the Killer. That's quite something. About Hitomi. I don't feel like she would be it. She could be. She was spotted with the congressman the one time. I'm going Moma.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the Kumakuras, but there's no connection to Iris.
Well, he likes Iris. Oh, is it gonna just make me cycle through all the people?
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumakuras, but again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
Me. I'm the killer.
I know Renju and Shoko, and I'm connected to Iris, but I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them. No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her. My memories from 6 years ago are missing, but I still have my memory of recent events. And if I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops Killer.
Dang it. But I wanted to be the new Cyclops Killer.
I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
Okay, I mean, Mizuki has connections.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them. Thinking of her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Wow, I'm really running out of options here. I mean, I'm going with Hitomi.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates, and she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way. No matter what the circumstances were, it seems impossible to me.
Fine, it was Kitchen Grandma.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris, and she didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either.
Did I know this?
And since Renju is the president...
Oh, well, she hated the statue of it.
Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her.
I can't imagine why hipster Granny would be the serial killer.
And above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Maybe it was her way of getting rid of his otaku behaviors.
I thought it over, boss. Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit, to get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
Wow. Okay. 5-part investigation. Because of my amnesia, I know only 5 people in the world, and it's none of them, and I'm out of ideas. That's right. Boss, I'm going home for the day.
Right here.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right. About that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle. Iris's estimated time of death.
Oh, we're just gonna watch that again.
All right. Confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Oh, we're gonna just keep showing it. All right.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown.
Unknown.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them. I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd., is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it. I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
All right.
No, nothing so far.
Okay. Oh. What's going on here? When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. Can I press X to kill him?
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Huh?
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little...
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So, I decided to meet you here.
Oh, so now you're the good guy.
All right, let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops Killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
By the way, I really like this this theme. This is like I don't know, like an Ace Attorney logic sequence theme.
I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops Killer could not have committed these crimes. Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops Killer, although it's more accurate to say killers.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura.
Okay, that actually...
the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
That sort of makes sense.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball. That, I don't know.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you. He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone.
Ooh.
It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress.
I feel like this is like a Pokedex for the brain. Every time I bring up something brain-related in this game.
It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute. His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
What was it?
Murder.
Murder.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure. He was 12 when he took his first life. That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again. 18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out. The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes.
Oh yeah, that's just a simple explanation, you know. I'm fascinated by women's eyes. Therefore, I tear them out of their body.
Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them. He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath. The Cyclops Killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established. This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
The original Cyclops Killer had an accomplice,
There were 2 Cyclops Killers.
and one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Pewter, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. But that means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving
Number
a life sentence in
89.
Fuchu prison.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Number 89?
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
So, now you know why I said that the original Cyclops Killer couldn't have committed these crimes. Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars.
Not the one that we let out in a different timeline.
Neither of them had the opportunity.
I feel like the character's behavior is so drastically different in each of the timelines that you can't really draw any conclusions about any of them.
This is your fault.
Oh no, hipster granny.
I heard from the police because you didn't take care of Iris.
Actually, your son stabbed me with a taser. So, what do you say about that, hipster granny?
My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
This is the ...
Mizuki
ending.
must know.
Where everybody just is so sad about all the deaths that they just don't ever say anything for the rest of eternity.
About Iris and Ota.
Of course, the news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need better than good. I think you're gonna need, like, to go back in time a couple days.
Understood.
I suppose Hitomi's not going to feel much better about this.
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu prison in Tokyo.
In Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together, whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies or taking a walk or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine, and it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up.
If y'all notice that Iris dies in a lot of the timelines, 100% of them so far, to be honest.
Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her, but why? Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Me thinking about this game. I don't know what to say. I have no words.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
This is the worst timeline.
Are you okay, honey?
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Tell me.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakura? Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy. He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
That makes sense.
Have you heard the rumor? The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts. I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
The KE?
The KE followed in So's footsteps.
Is that for Kamakura or Kumakura Estates?
They bought up land in Kabasaki. Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kabasaki? So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kabasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost.
Bring on the gambling.
Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits. However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE, and by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip. What were we talking about again?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district? The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, I'll be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
I feel like for every bit of information we get, there's just 2 more mysteries.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True. What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary?
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research about number 89. Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible. Unknown.
You don't...
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan. As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder,
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's talk to number 89.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Syncing with number 89. Whoa. Boss never showed up. That's suspicious. Oh, and then Pewter's watching us. No. It's going to happen again. He's going to escape. No, you know this. This is not good.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
How can I do this without Pewter killing me? It won't let me turn around and see Pewter.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu Prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me. That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers. A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one. I'm kidding. She was just a business partner. Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
Wasn't he from Djibouti in the other timeline?
I don't have time for your jokes.
Number 89.
Your real name?
I don't remember.
All right, let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
All right, but to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin.
Yeah, we've talked to 89 in the other timeline, and he escapes with Pewter's help, which is why I'm trying to look around and get Pewter's attention. Or at least be able to see what Pewter is doing. But I have a feeling he's going to escape again.
Once upon a time, there was a detective full of righteous justice. Let's call him F.
F.
F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor, someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on. I'll go quietly.
Are you saying that this guy was a good guy at some point?
You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good.
Oh, this is the Cyclops murderer.
I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
I think he died.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated.
The dark age of the law.
F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman. No agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner, but it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X.
F of X?
X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco.
Falco!
Named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
This narrator voice, though. A bird of prey.
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely. Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. Falco, he missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow, he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment,
the fruit of immortality?
In his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him.
Yeah. That's right. She kisses him right here because he's bleeding. She's so turned on.
He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking.
Okay, that's a little weird.
That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman.
Falco and the woman. Jesus.
She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him.
MTV presents the pickup artist. Oh my God.
Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine. And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the 2 of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason, and Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer. No matter how hard he thought, he was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help. And then...
What's the connection between that and Shoko? Why did you stop? Was that the whole story? You mentioned a detective. Hey, answer me.
We're in the worst timeline. The ... timeline.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. I'll give you half up front, half later. If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter.
Yes?
Start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think? The sink.
We're going in. It's sinking time.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
I don't like that we're doing this without Boss present, though. Because Pewter's bad news. I'm gonna wake up and find out that 89 is just gone. Oh, we're at midnight too. Probably should wrap up, actually. Is this the tutorial thing?
Sup?
No, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Why are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah.
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin.
Jesus.
Stand up.
Is this the Sagan residence?
Yeah, this is the tutorial case.
It definitely is. But why?
Number 89. What were you up to? do not think I can pass through it.
Really wants to hide it, huh? Okay, new plan.
Somnium scan. Activate.
Mental lock number 2 is my cheek.
This appears to correspond to the green thing.
Okay. I think we'll stop here for today. Pick up with a Somnium scan next time.